Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
This is Merchant Talk by Practical E-Commerce. I'm Kerry Murdoch. Service-related businesses are finding new customers and new marketing opportunities online. This includes restaurants, which have increasingly embraced the web to promote menu offerings and dinner specials, and to facilitate reservations, provide directions, and much more. A restaurant that has used its website to do all of this in an innovative way is Manna, with a vegan-focused menu located in the heart of London. Its owner is Roger Swallow, and he joins us today. Well, Roger, thank you for your time today.
You're welcome. It's good to be here.
Roger, you own a restaurant in London. It's called Manna, and you have a very engaging website. Our listeners and our readers are e-commerce merchants, but we found your site very compelling, and my question for you is, why does a restaurant need a website?
Well, thank you, first of all. How does a restaurant exist without a website? How does any business exist without a website? We have been around for 43 years and in the same location, and for those of us that don't know that we've been there for so long, it's a perfect opportunity to find out who we are, what we stand for, why we came into being, the other obvious reasons, what it is that we're selling, where we are. Again, how does anybody have a business these days without a website?
That certainly makes sense to us. Now, your restaurant Manna, you mentioned that it has been in existence for 43 years. Tell us about that restaurant. What do you serve, and what is your niche?
Well, now we're a vegan restaurant, a high-end vegan restaurant. We've only become completely vegan within this last year. So for the other 42-plus years, we've been a vegetarian restaurant. That is our niche.
So what percentage of your reservations, you've got a reservation form there on your site, I noticed. What percentage of your reservations come from your site versus phone-in reservation?
Yeah, I would say up to a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, it was about 50-50 email reservations and telephone reservations. And that 50% email reservations has grown to that number from zero in the last, 3 or 4 years. Now it's significantly higher because we engaged an internet reservation module service, an interface, Live Bookings, which is a well-known interface. It's a worldwide operation. And since we introduced that to the website, it's probably now 80% online, 20% phone.
And that's Live Bookings is a service that you're referring to.
Yes. And there's a number of them. We tried another company for a while, but they required dedicated hardware and prohibited contracts, and the service wasn't good. And so we had to get out of it. It was a nightmare for us. But when Live Bookings came along, they offered a much more benign service and a totally online interface, so we didn't need extra hardware.
I noticed that you have an email sign-up list and a texting sign-up list, SMS mailing list. What's your strategy behind both of those? How do you use those two lists?
Well, the SMS is just a sort of an add-on to the live bookings email database. I mean, they just provide that as an extra sort of service. We essentially have two databases running right now, and that's a function of switching over from our old system, which was where we were totally in control of our own mail servers and our own email lists, and switching over to live bookings, which manages our list for us and offers us the ability to do online promotions through them using their templates and doing email blasts straight out of their database. So it's less than ideal having to work with two databases, but it's comfortable. It's much more comfortable working with two as we graduate to 100% live bookings than trying to sort of force that. But the major reason for that is our own methodology only captured email addresses. We didn't capture all kinds of personal information. And so just importing those email addresses into live bookings, while it is doable, it'll transfers over with CVS files. Over these last few months, at least I would say 20% of our old mailing list has actually now gone into live bookings on its own without any proaction from us.
How often do you send out your email promotions from either source?
We try not to do it more than once a month. Anything over that people start to think they're getting spammed.
Give us an example of what would be in that email promotion.
Well, the most simple one would be we change our menu 4 times a year. We're very seasonal in our product, and so at least 4 times a year we send out a new menu. But then, with restaurants, there's functional days, things like Valentine's Day, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving, even in London, even though it's an American holiday, Easter, all the usual ones. So you can see how quickly you can get to once a month.
I noticed that you make pastries, cakes.
Yes.
But you don't have an actual e-commerce function on your site.
Not yet. As we speak, we're setting up a shopping basket. We have a separate certified organic kitchen that makes cakes and other products, shell products, and up until recently we've just been wholesaling those. So we haven't really needed to any internet sales. So you're right, we don't have it yet, but as we speak, we're developing.
Do you remember what shopping cart you're using?
I'm not sure what our web boss is putting in place. It's going to give me a couple of different options, apparently, and I'm going to take my pick.
The last question I have for you today, Roger, is traffic to your site. You've got this beautiful site, beautiful photography on the site. Your menu is on the site. How do you get folks to find it?
I haven't really done that much marketing. I mean, we monitor all of the review sites, travel sites, restaurant sites, food sites, to make sure that we have a significant presence. And obviously, I mean, we don't write our own reviews. I promise you that. But we do see that we could do with some visibility at certain popular websites. We do request that customers, after they've already told us that they like us, we urge them to go online and write reviews for us. That's a very good way for restaurants to get higher up in the engines. We don't buy our way into any search engines. We do a lot of meta tagging on the site. I've been very active this last 6 months or so with social networking, with Twitter and Facebook. And I have been running Facebook ads, all kinds of ads for different events. But I have to say, I haven't found Facebook that successful. The word of mouth, there's no better way.
Well, for purposes of our listeners, we've been visiting with Roger Swallow. Roger is the owner and partner of Manna Restaurant. He has a very innovative site, a very beautiful site, restaurant site. It's called Manna V as in Victor, Manna, M as in Mary, A-N-N, N as in Nancy, A-V, mannav.com. And Roger Swallow, we want to thank you for your time today, sir.
Thank you, Gary. It's nice to talk to you.